Number three, what are some of the most iconic moments in Real Madrid's history that all Madridistas should know? For example, Ramos' header. Oof, I didn't even see this question, but that's almost an entire podcast. So, well, how do you want to tackle this one?
Well, Ramos's header for sure. Then Bale's goal, and I think the game against Juventus in the for La Duodecima was something to remember. I think it was a joy to watch, and quite possibly the peak of this Real Madrid three-peat and this great version of Real Madrid we saw during the last decade. Maybe also I should mention the Copa del Rey goal from Cristiano Ronaldo against Guardiola's Barcelona. I realize it's only the Copa del Rey, but you have to remember that we lost 5-0 to Barcelona that season, and the intense moments between Mourinho and Guardiola were just getting started, and an extra time goal from Cristiano Ronaldo in such a big game. I think it was great, and quite possibly that's one of the goals I celebrated the most in my house, really. That and the Calma Calma one. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to top that one, that Copa del Rey goal. I think it's very hard for me to think of another goal and another moment I celebrated more than that one.
Ronaldo on his own had so many, as did Bale. But I think if you were doing if there was a new Real Madrid fan who knew nothing about the club, I think I would refer to him maybe just 3 or 4 games quickly, in the past 20 years or so, that they should definitely go and watch. All the ones you mentioned, the final against Leverkusen and Zidane's goal. That I mean, mm-hmm. if there's anything that's an iconic moment, it's that also. Go watch Raul's iconic shush in the Camp Nou, because that game itself, the 2-2, was one of the most heated and violent Clásicos ever, and it was highly entertaining. So I would kind of just shortlist just a few of those moments to go back and watch. And also Ronaldo Nazario's hat-trick at Old Trafford, that's another one.
Yeah. Am I crazy, Kian? I feel like the Ronaldo goal in the Copa del Rey is very underrated among Real Madrid's fan base, just because it happened in the Copa del Rey, but it seems to me that people forget about how intense those weeks were, yeah. and that year overall, considering the 5-0 in Mourinho's first game against Guardiola's Barcelona, when he was supposed to be the Guardiola stopper, and to be honest, he probably was. But I think it's an underrated moment in this past decade of Real Madrid history. I realize that there are many great moments: Champions League three-peat, the comebacks against Wolfsburg, obviously the finals against Atletico. But I feel like this is a very underrated moment.
I don't know why. If that's the case, I'm not sure why it's underrated. Maybe it was because it was Copa del Rey. I do remember there were a few games in the last 10-15 years that I felt more relief when it ended, because the tension was insane. The fact Absolutely. That it went to extra time, the hostility, the tension between the two teams, the effort. I remember after that game, I remember vividly. I mean, Ronaldo goal aside and Di Maria assisting Marcelo setting that up. The performances of Ramos and Pepe stand out to me.
Pepe was unbelievable.
Yeah, just heroic and ballsy. Those two in particular, Ramos and Pepe, were all-time defensive performance from those two, going up against one of the greatest teams of all time. It was, yeah, I'm with you. I think it maybe became a little bit sour in the sense that a week later, it was the whole Pepe phantom red card on Alves, and those 2 legs against Barca were not fun because it was filled with referee brain farts, even in the second leg against Camp Nou. So I think that maybe just ruined it a little bit for me, but the game itself was, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and just to let everyone know, I broke my shirt celebrating that goal.
You ripped it off like the Hulk?
Yeah. That's how crazy I went. This is an unbelievable moment in Real Madrid history for me. And again, I think people need to treat it a little bit better, in the sense that I think it was a huge moment for Real Madrid. If you lose that game in extra time against that Barcelona, then I don't think the next Liga title happens, to be honest. I think that's how big it was. I think it gave confidence to Real Madrid and to that Real Madrid project with Mourinho, to feel that this team can beat Barcelona already. I think that's how big it was.
I just remember also that the image of Pepe sprinting over and doing that gesture to the Barcelona fans.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh,
That was on the Bale goal, I think, in the Ancelotti year.
Are you
right?
sure? I don't know. It could be any goal knowing Pepe. It could be all of them. Maybe he did that for every goal. But the other thing that shouldn't get lost in them when we talk about the game itself, the actual header from Ronaldo was incredible.
Wow,
like the way he leaped and got that much power on it to score at the far post was unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And Arbeloa forcing David Villa to get up after he was trying to get, I think, Ramos a yellow card or even a red card, and then the players fighting. I think that's a great moment in Real Madrid history. I realize it's only the Copa del Rey, and we're talking about 4 Champions League titles won during this past decade, but I think I have to put this Copa del Rey game ahead of maybe even some Champions League titles. Maybe obviously not in the importance of it all, but overall in how intense it was and how crazily I celebrated. I put it ahead of some other big moments.
Just remembering the David Villa Arbeloa Ramos thing, and just remembering Busquets and Xavi's face and Valdez's face.
Exactly.
My blood pressure just went up. I feel stressed right now. Frederick Antakiro says, if you could bring back Marcos Llorente, would you? And where would he play?